Go to your local 7-Eleven, just lick the entire
Go to
bathroom.
your local gym and just lick everything. Follow us
This
for more contest prep tips. Dude, literally, like your ass was just eating your shirt. Like it was just like,
does that on the regular.
dude, that's goals. Like I want an ass so big that my oversized t-shirt just becomes enveloped in my glutes. That's the goal, man.
Yeah, yeah. But then oh, dude, I was fucking sweating so hard yesterday. It was
Dude,
disgusting.
does MI40 not have AC? I don't remember.
I have no clue. I think we do, but
Yeah.
it's like it's starting to warm up here, but it's like in that weird season where it's
Mhm.
starting to also rain a lot,
Dude, it
so
is
it's
here. Yeah.
humid and yeah, June, July, August here, it's just like humidity central.
I hear
So
that.
I'm gonna be just frizzy and sweaty.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a dry summer for me with the guys.
Dude, I
That's
hear
all
that.
good.
I hear that so hard. How is your hamstring? Yeah, I haven't heard you.
So good.
Is it good?
So good. I I got sent this thing. It's called a hydro jack, and it kind of sucks. Let me get it. Hold on.
Show and tell. I love it.
So first of all, they sent me this lovely little welcome pack. It had the hydro jack, which is this
Mhm.
bottle that also doubles as like a barbell jack and a little tripod when I don't have my case on.
Dude,
So
that's
like
so fucking like in
innovative,
thank you.
innovative.
I was trying to say injunitive, but I'm like, that's not a fucking
Innovative. It is. I think, it's a new product. They have some shit to sort out
hmm
because it's not that great as a jack. But I have to post a reel about it, kind of showing it off. So
hmm
not hating, but they just have some things to work on. But they sent me this welcome pack. It has like a pair of socks, a backpack, um, a lifting belt, and they also sent me this box of like chocolate covered macadamia nuts, and my ass got high as fuck last week. Just sat here like the fat, disgusting fuck I am, and I was just high as hell watching like some comedy skit on YouTube. I was just eating out of the box. It's fucking gone in like 5 minutes. So that was my off-plan meal last week.
I love how real you are. You're
Chocolate.
just like, yo, I got high and those
I got
fucking
high
nuts were
and
gone, man.
nuts in my mouth. I was high. Next thing I knew, we got chocolate nuts.
Eric's like watching the replay. He's like, and that's the clip.
Got high, got nuts in my mouth. But yeah, no, it's been pretty. It's a decent product.
hmm
Okay, I just think I'm gonna be honest with them after I post the reel and be like, listen, it's not that great.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It can get better.
I mean, that's kind of the whole reason that people like send out free products is for
Yeah,
honest feedback. And if it
yeah,
sucks
for
and
sure.
other improvement, then yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
like oh shit, what were those bars? There were these bars that were going around like when I was prepping for my show, so 2020-ish. Um, they tasted so bad, but so many influencers got sent them and they were raving about them. They had like this weird gel kind of consistency inside of them. I cannot remember
Huh.
what they're called. Shit. But I got sent them and I did an honest review on my story. I was just like, this one tastes like shit. But like nicely, I said it nicely.
hmm
Did not like that. And I'm like, well, don't send me free stuff if you don't want me to be honest. But oh well, I'm not the one to. I'm a very honest person. I'll tell you how it
Well, you
is.
should be.
I
Because
am.
that's like it's important to be honest, you know?
Yeah, few and far between here. But how are you?
I'm good. Like I'm just moving and grooving. Eric has this week off. I wanna brag on him. He
Yeah,
got converted.
got a
So
promotion.
he did. He got a huge promotion. So he
Oh
got
yeah.
converted to what's called a blue badge. And so essentially what he
Mhm.
was is he was a contractor for Ford. So he worked through an agency that Ford paid for his contract, but he was not an actual Ford employee. But he's done such a good job the past 2 years where they wanted to convert him to a blue badge. And so he was doing his negotiations with his contract. He did a really good job with the negotiations, got a really nice package for salary, time paid off, signing bonus, year the end bonus. So he did such a good job. So I want to brag on him because I know how hard he has been working and how hard he continues to work. But because he's getting converted, the PTO from his company with the like contractor, he wasn't going to get like rolled over. So he's like, well, fuck it. I want my time paid
Yeah,
vacation. So he's out in the back making our curb appeal for our house look
I saw the
nice.
rock. That's
Yes.
exciting.
So he has like we have like some plants that we're gonna plant and some stone and stuff. So it will make the front of the house look that much nicer. And that's my birthday present because I don't need anything. I just want my house to not look like shit from the front. So yes.
I love that. Well, awesome for Eric. He's killing it. He's just our most grown-up person I know.
Dude,
Doing great things.
I'm telling you, like I know we're 27, 28, but like we're like really 50 years old. And that's good because when you're 50, you still have the energy because you're not like 60, 70 where your like energy starting to dwindle, but like
Yeah.
you have the energy, you're starting to get some of the time, and then you have the finances. So that's kind of like where we're at. It was like
Yeah.
we have our like, our finances in a good spot where we can like do stuff to the house to make it look nice, put a little investment back into the house, but we also have the energy to like do that by ourselves without hiring contractors. So we're in a
Sure.
good spot. We're very blessed, and I'm very happy that we are
Awesome.
blessed.
That's awesome. Well, tax season is coming up, so that's gonna be fun for me
Oh
to
yeah,
deal
we
with.
did our
But
taxes. It just was.
I'm doing it this weekend. That's my goal this
Yeah.
weekend.
Does
This
your parents do your parents help out since they're lawyers?
My mom does, yeah. Thank God, because I'd be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank God for mommy Santa Barbara.
Thank God for
But
Eric.
yeah, man. Like finances are just not my cup of tea.
Hmm.
That's okay. I don't claim to be the master of all. Just like I suck at math. Found
Dude,
that out
no,
other
titration
day.
math, that is a whole okay, so here's the deal. Titration math, volume math is a whole other beast. But that company, they couldn't even afford the S and labs. They had to,
I
they
know.
could only buy a Z. So the fact that they were trying to do 50 milligrams of clenbuterol, they were setting you up to overdose of mammoth. Like, don't
Dude.
even.
The girl who's using that, she watches this religiously. So, hey girl, hi. Yeah, your your cleanse source is fucked. But yeah, guys, that's what we were talking about. A client of mine sent me a bottle of something labs with a Z
Labs
because
with a Z, man.
labs with a Z. Gotta stay trendy. But it was like 50 mgs per ml. Uh, how do you dose that for Clint? But yeah,
Like,
we're
unreal.
flipping that. We're gonna change it to the tablets. That's a little more accurate there. But yeah, hi sir. Chip is rowdy today.
Dude,
Um,
Finn is like, because it's spring, Finn gets, because get rec time, they get outside time. And
yeah,
because it's getting warmer and they're
wreck
shedding their winter
time.
coat, yeah, they do get rec
Like
time.
fucking prisoners.
I mean, kinda, right? Like we keep them in our house, so they're
Time in the
like
yard.
they're mini fuzzy prisoners, but like they get rec time. And since Eric's been working outside, he whines all day long to get let outside. And I'm like, it's been raining because April showers, whatever. And I'm like, dude, no, you're not going outside right now. And he'll just scream and scream and scream and scream. So
Well, we
can't
all know
handle it.
Chip is turning into a cat, sleeping up on the what is that? Like sleeping on top of, not even in his chair, just on top of his chair.
He
Like
legit is part cat.
he's weird, man. He's so weird. He's doing good.
Good. I'm happy. I'm happy he's doing good. Has all his puppy vaccines, doing well.
Yeah. I don't think his next thing is rabies shot in like 2 months. He's a
Hmm.
healthy little fuck. He's thick. Well, actually, I think he's getting skinny.
I say he looks actually thinner,
Look at
especially in
that
the face.
waist. That's a tiny waist right
He
there.
looks longer.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. His schnoz is getting longer. His legs are noodle-like. It's just a weird thing. Oh well, he's cute. I'll
He
keep
is.
him. I'll keep him.
He is very cute. For those listening and tuning in, obviously Laura is not here. She is, well, she was on vacation, but then she got horribly sick. God love her. She could
Shitting
not catch a
herself.
break with vacation.
Dude, she cannot go on a vacation. Like, what was the first one? Like something cockroaches in her, what, in her apartment? Some infestation of bugs.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, she got an
then,
infestation.
yeah. And I can't remember the last one, but then this one, she has a virus and is
Yeah.
just sick as shit. Sounds like Josh is also sick though, so
Yeah, I think
at
they
least
got like the
me
norovirus, which that's nasty.
just shit
That's nasty.
sucks, man.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, we miss you, Laura. I hope she watches this.
Yeah, I hope she watches and listen. I told her I was eating for her because she said that she
Yeah.
had like 700 calories in 3 days. I was like,
Oh, and she looks shredded though.
yeah, that's a quick way to lose 10 pounds. That's what I'm
Yeah, I
telling
was gonna say prep secret. Get the
you. Yeah.
norovirus.
Get the norovirus. Just start licking bathroom handles so you get sick and just shit it all out.
Just go to your local 7-Eleven, just lick the entire
Go to
bathroom.
your local gym and just lick everything. Follow us
With
for more contest prep tips. Oh,
lick the seat. Oh, gross.
Jesus God.
Yeah,
But
maybe
yeah,
not.
I know. Are we ranting today? Are we just
Yeah, dude,
ranting?
I'm like kind of in a ranty, rowdy mood.
She's like,
I
I
feel
want to
like
misbehave. Question
focus.
for you. Are you on cycle
Am I
still?
on roids?
Are you on
Yeah, I
wait,
am.
so you're on cycle? Okay. I'm on cycle too. I don't know if you have noticed this, but when I am on cycle, and I mean it makes sense, but when I'm on cycle, I am much more like I don't want to say like roid rage, but I am just definitely more amped where I'll be like, I feel more aggressive and for more like man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like something like that wouldn't normally piss me off. Like I will definitely be much more short-tempered. Well, I will want to react with anger or hostility in my emotions. But first I need to be like, okay, is this really that big of a deal? And then I'll like
Yes.
stop myself and I'll be like, okay, no, it's not that big of a deal. But every once in a while, and especially when I was first an enhanced athlete, I had no idea what to do with this aggression because as females, we're not usually very aggressive. Males are more aggressive. And so I wasn't sure what to do with this emotion. And Eric could be like, you need to fucking chill. And I was like, I don't know how to deal with this. Because as females, we can show our emotion. Males are kind of told to just keep it inside, you know? And Eric is not someone to show his anger or emotion. He is very stoic. I'm
Mhm.
not very stoic. I'm very expressive. And so I'll be like, yeah, like just wanting to burst with anger, and he'll be like, "Bro, fucking chill. Like it's not that big of a deal." I'm like, "It is."
Okay. That made me remember this is real. It was like when you get told off like as a kid and you have to go up to your room and like you want to slam the door, but you're like, oh, you do it so quietly and then you're in there like, oh, fucking raged out. That's kind of how I feel.
Yes, exactly how
I
I
don't
feel.
know because I'm just a bitch. I just literally tell it how it is. I I'm like that friend too that cannot control like the facials. Like I just show it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have gotten better at realizing, okay,
Hmm.
how are you actually like, is this how you should be responding to
Right.
this? And I'm very good at regulating my emotions now. Well,
Mhm.
better, not very good. Work in progress.
She says like C plus
Um,
B minus.
yeah. Yeah, not on the honor roll yet, but you know, work in progress. But I get what you mean. It's not like roid rage. You're just a little bit, well, your intensity's up.
Hmm.
We got more, androgen circulating.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we automatically grew a dick. It's just like we're
It's
just
just like
more,
your threshold for
yeah,
patience is lower
for
and
sure.
you get I think more excited easily, but because we're very intense people and passionate people already, unfortunately that bleeds into sometimes anger and hostility. So sometimes we want to like jump the gun, but like it's great when you're in the gym because obviously you can kind of bring out that aggression, but like for example, something very small like we've all been there where we microwave our cream of rice or our oats and maybe it boils
Like,
over. Right, where it's like normally it's just like a mild inconvenience where it's like, oh, that fucking sucks. But for me, the
throw
first
up.
time I was like really on cycle and really like aggressive, I would see it happen. And I'd be like, God damn it, motherfucking, like literally just throwing shit in the kitchen. Eric's like, what is wrong with you? And literally ever since then, we made a rule, right? This is because of me. Whenever one of us like does something where it's like a mild inconvenience, where like you need to clean something up, like for example, you drop an egg on the floor, the other person cleans it up. So like if he drops an egg, I will go clean it up. I will stop whatever the fuck I am doing and go clean it up, because it's one of those things where it's like as human beings you get like frustrated, but it's not a big deal. So like literally
Yeah,
the other person will just clean it up. It's okay, sweetheart. No harm, no foul.
yeah.
We move on.
Hmm.
Great,
I love
great life
that.
hack. Great secret.
I love that. You listening, Chip?
She's like, Chip, God damn it.
What the fuck? No, it's like literally like bumping your toe. You know how you
Mm.
like, oh, it's like the end of the world, man. But I think that's really good. And I think that also kind of goes over into prep too, because I know a lot of people who are probably listening to this are in prep right now.
Mhm.
Making sure that you're in a good place mentally prior to the start of prep is crucial. But at the same time, you don't know how you're actually going to be when your calories are cut severely or your cardio is really high or whatever you're running. So making sure that like your significant other, maybe not your dog, maybe like a friend or something, like you
Yeah.
can be open about what you're doing so that they can support you the best way. But I think that's good. Like regulating our emotions goes such a long way. And it's
Mhm.
something I'm working on before the start of this prep.
For sure. But
Gotta
yeah,
get
that's just a
that.
tidbit for you ladies out there. Even if you're using something like Primo, because like
Hmm.
everyone's like, oh, Tread makes you aggressive. Okay, we're running Primo and you're still heightened. Like you're still just kind of like ready to go. Like it's not like always a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing if you're not good at regulating your emotions.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I know I brought up to Cameron because we're running Primo and NPP, and then we were going to add in Anavar, and I was like, listen,
Damn, you're getting.
I don't do well with Anavar.
Mhm.
Literally, it just makes me break out. I don't get any strength gains from it. Physique wise, I don't see any change when we
Yeah.
last ran it. So I was like, nah. So we went ahead and upped the NPP dosage. So I feel like a fucking beast in the gym, but I read up on how like neurotoxic it can be.
Mhm.
So we're only running it higher for like 4 weeks. But I wanted to see like mentally how I would respond to it because
Yeah.
obviously when I ran this compound previously last summer, I was in such a I was in a better place
Mhm.
mentally, 100%. I was in a happy relationship and everything, and now life is quite different. But I think, and like, yeah, I've had, some losses recently with my grandma and things. So it's been tough. And I think it's actually been interesting, kind of like a science experiment, seeing how my brain actually functions on
Yeah.
different compounds at different times. So just because you responded maybe positively to a drug prior, you also have to, you know, understand where were you at when you ran that, like from a mental standpoint. I think
Mhm.
that's huge and people don't really take into account either.
Yeah. I think it's also important to cycle map. So it's like you started first with Primo and then you stacked with MPP. So you gave your body time to see how you adjusted with Primo first. Then you added MPP. From your
Yeah.
previous cycles, you knew what you felt like on Anavar. You didn't like it. So that's important information for you as an athlete to also tell your coach, because I responded really well to my first Anavar cycle. And I only ran Anavar, but like, it's something where it's the drug, the duration, and the dosage. And those things all take into account, into consideration. And also where you're at with life. I've had cycles, literally if you look at my cycle history, it was like my top cycle was 20, 25 milligrams a day of Anavar. So, do the math weekly for that.
So I bet.
We'll say 140 because 20
Mhm.
times 7, yeah, right? 20 times 7, did I fuck that up?
Yeah, I don't do math. Yeah.
Yeah, 140 milligrams a
Right.
week. That's a fuck ton of androgens a week. Second cycle was like 35, 40. Next cycle was like, I think 70 again a week. So it's like my cycles have all been high and I've gotten like shit response because of where I was at with my overall programming. And now that I'm with Austin, I'm with a coach that like is a good coach for me. We're running the lowest dosage ever and I'm the best I've ever looked. So it's
Yeah.
like that is also really important too.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I think getting the least out of what is it? Get the most out
The
of the
most
least,
at least. Yep.
not the least out of the most. Um, but I think that does go a long way, especially with PEDs for
Mhm.
females. Um, but I mean, I'm quite the opposite. I've never ran this much in my life, but it's also not a bad thing. My goals are to make it to the Olympia. I'm very realistic in that. I take my health very seriously. We're checking my labs and everything. Like, I keep everything kosher. So, as long as you know the risks and the risk to reward ratio isn't skewed, I think
Mhm.
you're fine. But I think that's really smart to take your previous like history with cycles and
Mhm.
relay that over to the coach that you're working with now. And literally having a coach that you vibe with and work so well together with, it makes a world of a difference. Like
Mhm.
the progress I've made with Cameron, it hasn't even been a year, literally.
Yeah.
July. No, sorry. Yeah, July will be a year. I've
Mhm.
made good progress. And same with you in Austin. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, your food is crazy right now.
Dude, I know. And I like had a mess. I had such a good poop this morning. And whenever I have good poops, like I like it. But then it's like you step on the scale sometimes. And if you see your weight's down, you're like,
Damn it,
fuck.
shit.
Yeah. Cause it's like you know when like your body's starting to kind of like catch up and regulate, and you're like, I smell a food bump. And at this point, it's like, I don't want it.
Dude. Yeah, I got a lovely little food bump last week
Yeah.
and my weight, like, it's fluctuating like crazy, but I think it's also because we adjusted drugs too.
Mm,
So it's like the highest this week was at 216, and
yeah.
now it's at 214, 217, 212, and I'm like, what is
Yeah.
happening? So
Well, plus,
fuck,
like,
go.
you're a bigger girl too. You just are. So, like, the bigger that you are, you have also fluid shifts too. So, whenever you increase food, that's going to
Mhm.
be like digestive weight,
Yeah.
muscle glycogen weight, water weight, adjusting drugs, also stuff like that. So, like, those might seem massive to you just because you're messing with a bunch of dials, but like, also, like, bigger girls, bigger guys, you're going to see those bigger weight fluctuations. But like, 3 pounds on you might not be that much, but maybe 3 pounds on me, it's probably going to be a little bit more noticeable just because I'm so much smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. That's smart to know. But I take that shit so lightly now. I step on the scale, I step off the scale. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, moving on. Where's the food?
Dude, literally,
But,
where's the food? Get your needles ready.
yep, yeah. Start your day. Just keep rolling.
Literally, literally. So that post I made today about like female role models with like you,
Yeah,
Laura,
I
Ash, like
love that.
people went nuts for that. And I kind of was just like,
Okay.
sometimes I'm like, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm just a skinny crackhead. Like, what do I know? But like a lot of people
Stop
like
it.
that was like the best insult. But like seriously, like a lot of people like responded well to that. I thought that was kind of cool because I was just like, I don't need to learn about seed cycling. I need to train hard. I need to eat big,
Yeah,
and I need to be okay with myself. Like that's what I needed as a female athlete. So that was just a thought of the day.
I love that. I really do. And I mean, there's obviously a time and a place for everything.
Mhm.
Um, but I think people tend to overcomplicate it. And unfortunately, that is what sells. Like I
Mhm.
said, like sexy sells. Like, I'm sorry, seed cycling and whatever the fuck all that stuff is called is going to sound way better than, oh, just, eat whole foods and sleep and train hard. It's like, no, but like tell me like how you actually did
Mhm.
it. So like I took 10 years and I ate whole foods and I trained hard. And they're like, no, but like what did you do? It's
Yeah.
like I took
But
drugs.
what seeds did you take?
What seeds did you take?
Like shit. Like I got some chia seeds in my fridge that I haven't touched in like a year that I probably need to throw away, but
Chia seeds fuck me, man. I don't know why. Digestion wise, it's just
yeah. It's a
like
lot of I want to say it's either I think it's insoluble because it like gels up and it'll just
yeah,
clean you out.
yeah.
It's like a pipe cleaner, man.
What the fuck was that,
I don't
Ash?
even know, man.
That
And sign effect. Sound
was
effect
good.
Saturday.
Good.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. But yeah,
what was
sometimes like coaching in industry, we just like we miss the point.
it's a shit show.
It literally is. Like sometimes like I wake up and I like You know, it's like we don't like clock in, but like sometimes you go on Instagram and you're kind of like clocking in for the day. That's
Yeah.
how it feels like for me. And I see
Yeah.
some of this shit, and like if I'm in a mood, I will just straight up unfollow you. Like if you talk about something that I just like either disagree with, or maybe it's a differing philosophies or whatever, that I'm in a
Yeah.
mood, I will just straight up unfollow you. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just so tired of either people repeating people or just
Yeah.
blatantly stealing content,
Uh-huh.
which I
And
know
do
you can
you,
relate.
yeah. And I get it. I get why you would be like upset though about that. Like if people are blatantly stealing your content and just, redoing it. But remember, you are the Whole Food like 365 brand. They're the great value.
That's
So
right.
they have to wait for you to post in order to get that content.
Hmm.
So it's like you're always going to be ahead. Doesn't matter if they replicate it or not. But at the same time, like I love sharing people's, stories, content to my story. I think it's great to show support. And sometimes I don't say any additional comments, but I do think you should. Like if I share something of yours, I'll add like extra little tidbits to show my
Yep.
knowledge too. Um, I think that's important. But yeah, dude, the content copying is crazy.
Hmm. And I will be the
Crazy.
first to admit that when I was especially newer in coaching, I would,
Mhm.
I don't want to say copy and paste. I wasn't trying to literally just regurgitate, but I was trying to show my knowledge so people would trust me, because you do need to show that you are knowledgeable to build up that
Yeah.
trust for people to want to pay you money. Makes
Mhm.
perfect sense. But unfortunately, the people that I looked up to and admired so much, I copied who they were and their personality. That's a big issue, because although maybe flattering to some, they are successful because it's who they are. They are anyone but themselves. That's why they are successful. So trying to copy and paste and be like a clone of them, it
Mhm.
won't ever work. You remember that one fucking movie, the Santa Claus and the Santa Claus 2, where he like
Yeah.
cloned himself and like
Yeah.
it just went to shit? That's
Hmm.
that's the truth. Like if you try to clone the original, it will go to shit. And so
Yeah.
you're a newer coach, especially, yes, invest in your education, invest in mentors, like learn so you can apply to your clientele, but be unapologetically you. Do not be a copycat, because although we might all know the same shit, like even though Meg and I are fucking amazing people, we still have very separate personalities and identities. And so who works with Meg might fail under my guidance and leadership,
Yeah.
and vice versa. So it's really important that you don't lose who you are in this space.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's a lot of like minion coaches where it's just regurgitation.
I love that.
Especially like, dude, like in your Q&As, the like it's literally like copied and pasted from a mentor's like PowerPoint slide,
Dude,
And
that one about growth
that
hormone.
long, yeah.
Yes, that
Like,
was, I think, a direct copy and paste from, oh shit. So Austin sent me, yeah, I have readings that Austin will send me. And
yeah.
he sent me articles from, oh, I want to give him credit. He's not like, I don't want to say he's not here anymore because I don't think he's dead, but like I think he just kind of like drew into himself and
Okay.
like doesn't interact anymore. But
Okay.
from Chest Rockwell,
Okay.
from the GH protocols, he talked about whatever that person copy and pasted like directly. So I'm almost positive it was someone who mentored with Austin Stout that read that article that was copying pasting from Chest's fucking article.
That's crazy.
Unreal.
And dude, like that's like back in when I was doing my doctorate and stuff, it's like you don't get the value of like say a lecture from just copying down the
Yep.
notes. You have to switch it around in your mind in a way that you can apply it and work with that information. So if you are investing so much money into these mentorships, like I've done Dom Kuza's class like twice now,
Yeah.
and I have shit tons of notes and PowerPoints, but I make sure that I am using it and applying it with my clients, but in a way that's I tweak it a little bit,
Yep.
because I make it my way.
Yeah.
but I'm still, understanding the methods that he's teaching us. I'm not just like
Mhm.
copying and pasting them. And I think that's where people get it so twisted. And you can really tell, guys. So you're not fooling anyone when you're throwing around these big ass words and you can't even explain like the mechanism of action of one thing. Like, it's like
Yeah. We're missing the point. It's like I'm
so
all for
yeah.
educating. That's why I do the Q&As, but like speak like a normal person because it's like if you're trying to understand a complex topic and you understand it, you can explain it to a 12-year-old, right? It's
Exactly.
like that's how you know something, right? So you can know something and understand it, but if you can't like
Break it
spin it,
down.
yeah,
Yeah.
rephrase it in your own words, yeah, that's a great way to say it. Then it's like you don't know it. But that's the thing. That's okay.
That
Because
is
when we
okay.
all first started, we didn't know shit about fuck, right? And that is okay. Acknowledge that you don't know shit about fuck, but pledge to eventually know shit about fuck. And that's the secret
Yeah.
to coaching.
Exactly. And like still to this day, I'm sure you don't know shit about fuck about something. Same with me. Like if somebody on the Q&A is like asked me a question and I don't know it right away, one, I could answer it and be like, I don't know, but I can figure something out and get back to you. But typically what I do is I do a little researching, I
Mhm.
understand it, and then, maybe I'll direct message the person individually to
Yeah.
answer it, or I'll just wait to respond. Like I think coaches, what is that saying? I think I've said it on here before, but it's like uh master of all something.
Oh,
No.
jack of all trades, master.
Jack of all trades, master of
Yeah.
none. Yeah. Like in the coaching space, you don't have to know everything. And that it like Ash said, it is okay.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
yeah, that's one thing that kind of ruffles my feathers a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Socials.
Definitely. Like when it comes to those Q&As, if someone asks me a question I genuinely don't know, like someone asked me, "Are you natural if you take estrogen and progesterone?" And I was like, "I honestly have no idea." And
I
I
saw that.
personally don't care because I compete in a federation that isn't drug tested. But like you can Google it. And apparently someone said that they looked it up or they are in a different community and they take estrogen and progesterone and you are not considered natural. I was like, okay, guess what? I learned something. So if you're
Yeah.
taking estrogen and progesterone, you are no longer natty, which I mean, it makes sense, but again, I wasn't gonna like just blatantly Google it and expect like I'm an expert in this when I genuinely didn't have a flying fuck of a clue.
Yeah. And that's fine because you're not a natural athlete. But I mean, I get it. Like,
80% natty.
fucking hell. Low dose natty.
That's right. Oh my God.
I don't put anything up my butt.
That's right. Low dose natty. Because again, the only thing that's not natty that I'm taking is primo, but everything else, insulin, growth hormone, test, estrogen,
And
progesterone, natty.
I'm technically, like I said, what am I? I'm 80%. I'm only
Mhm.
taking two. Yeah, taking five things, three are natural.
Mhm.
So pretty much could compete in the OCB. Just gotta give me like 8 weeks. Give me eight
Just do
weeks.
the no, do the
Get off.
WNBF. That'd be even funnier. So that way you're in like your Victoria's Secret wings.
Could you see that? I
Dude, you would like,
literally
I'm just trying to visualize you in wings versus like an actual like Victoria's Secret model where it's like they're just thin. And I'm like, it'd be like an
so
action figure, just like taking like a Betty Spaghetti and just
it's like a brick house with wings on. Yeah, I don't know how great that would be, but
oh
yeah,
my goodness.
but hey, yeah, not gonna transition to that division anytime soon, so
Nah,
we're
nah.
good. We're
Yeah.
good.
The 80% natty thing was that a question that we got or what, how did we get that? Because we were just busting each other's balls on that. Like how natty are
What
you?
was the question? Who asked it?
I feel like it was a
I can't
question.
remember. I bet if I type in low dose natty into our group chat is crazy.
Dude, it's a cesspool,
It's
guys. Like,
hilarious. Nobody really gets to see it because it's kind of vulgar.
oh, that was about that wellness competitor who we were like, how natty is she? Because like she doesn't look
Oh,
like natural, but at the same time, it doesn't look like she's running like a ton of shit either. So we were speculating
not
as
very
to what,
impressive.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. What's the scale?
what's the scale? Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
what?
but
Go ahead.
why lie? Why do people? I don't know. Oh, nipples. Sorry. Not yours, mine.
Eric's like,
um,
and there's the boob quote.
tits. Um, but yeah, I don't know why people still lie, though. I think it's one thing to not want to disclose it on socials. Like, I'm very open about it. That's why, remember that girl in my comments? She got so upset because she was saying how like testosterone's gonna like kill me. And I'm like, listen, lady, TRT is saving me right now. Um, but it's like she got offended. And I'm like, I am the most honest and open person
Mhm.
on the interwebs about what I take. Like, I just think it's crazy when girls nowadays still lie about it when asked. I mean, you can say like, no, I just don't feel comfortable sharing that
Mhm.
information. I don't think that means that you're pumping shit ton of roids or whatever, but you just don't want to disclose that. But like, if I know you're taking shit and you're gonna say you're natural, I'll unfollow you and block you. Dude, my block list, 175 people. I just
Wow.
yeah, when you said that you unfollow people, I block people.
That's next level. That's roid rage.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add another person to that list. So I'm actually gonna do that right now.
I love it. So I do want to not play devil's advocate, but the reason
Yeah,
why some people, some male or female, might not be honest about it being enhanced because at the end of the day, steroids are still a Schedule 3 substance.
they
Like
are illegal.
they are
Believe it
illegal.
or not. Believe it or not.
So like I understand
I
why
get
people
it.
might not want to be like totally open and honest
Yeah,
about it when it comes to maybe protecting their job security, their
100%.
families, um, yada, yada, yada. However, when it comes to, and I will be this blunt, when it comes to the pieces of shit that are enhanced, claim natty, and
Yeah,
compete in natural federations, fuck the right off. Just fuck off.
yeah,
Like that is so shit that I have nothing else to say.
yeah. It's crazy how that happens, but
Yeah.
I've seen it before. Seen it in wellness. That one girl who's done it. Can't remember her name off the top of my head,
Yeah.
but she competed naturally. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. But like again, I'm like you. I would rather be open and honest about it because I mean it was kind of like along the same lines as the story that I posted today. Like I knew I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I was on the fence whether or not I wanted to be enhanced, but because I was so immature as an athlete and just thought I needed to be roided up to make progress and not focus on the fundamentals, like I
Yeah,
needed a role model to be like, hey, I did that route. It didn't
done
fucking
work.
work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I like to be open about it but I also like to be open about my genetics, my genetic potential, because obviously we have discovered I have decent genetics.
Megan decent
So,
genetics, Barbara.
so like I'm honest about that too. I'm not going
Yeah,
to sit here and say, but I work hard still,
you do.
you
You do.
know? Like it's disgusting, like how much I sweat in the gym. But I do like to be a role model for other female athletes and being open about this because you can't shit. I mean, okay, one, they are illegal substances,
Mhm.
but they're foreign to our bodies, especially as females. And dude, it's nothing to fuck around with.
Mm-mm.
People are acting like it's damn candy. Like I had a conversation with a girl and she was telling me she got her Anavar from her boyfriend, which one of those memes I posted.
Surprise. Yeah.
Um, and I was like, okay. In the back of my mind, I was like, that's so stupid because I know how she trains and eats and it's just atrocious. But I was like, okay, well, let's do some education here. What's your dosage? What are you doing?
Mhm.
She's like, well, they're 20 milligram caps. I'm like, okay, please tell me you cut them in half. And she doesn't. She just takes them. But then she was like, but some days I'll forget to take one. So then the next day I just double it up. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
Bitches treating them like Flintstone gummies.
Shit. So it's like, so that's why I'm honest because there's there's not enough information, but then there's so much information.
Mhm.
But it's just like you have to weed through the shit, man. There's so much shit, and I just don't
Yeah,
want to be a part of the shit.
I know. I will say though, I saw a very eye-opening quote. I have these things like your Instagram discovery. My Instagram
Yeah.
discovery feed is fucked, right? Because it has like those stupid ass raccoon memes that I send you when we're like
I
having
love
like mental
that.
breakdowns. I
I
have
like,
like Ninja Creamy recipes, and I have like motivational quotes. So that's like what's in my disco. Oh, and I also have big, muscular, beefy women. So like that should tell you all you need to know about Ash Markham. It's big, beefy women like Meg that I look up to admire. Fucking retarded raccoon memes that I send to my friends when I'm sad, and Ninja Creamy recipes and motivational quotes. So anyway, motivational quote. If you wanted and tried to go back and erase all of your mistakes, you erase who you are. And that was very profound to me because it's like, even though it's like shoulda, coulda, woulda, it's
yeah,
like I wouldn't be here in the space being a semi-decent role model leader if I didn't commit those no-nos.
yes, ma'am. I love that.
Mhm.
And that's so true. And that goes for honestly, yes, like mistakes that you've made on your fitness career, but also like traumatic events that you've been through.
Mhm.
Uh, because at the end of the day, guys, those situations, those events, those people who may not have been the best for you, they have shaped you and they have built you up to who you are today. So to say, oh, I wish I could just forget X, Y, and Z, it's like, why? That's forgetting a part of your life.
Mhm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love that quote. I'm
Mhm.
a big quote. I'm a big quote whore. Is that the
He's
right
like,
term?
I'm a quote
Quote
slut.
whore. Quote slut.
Yeah. No,
I
I
do
think
like a good quote.
it is really important to like look back upon your mistakes and errors to learn from them and to
Yeah,
obviously not make the same mistakes in the future. But it's like we can't go about constantly regretting everything we've ever done because again, you wouldn't be you
exactly.
without them. And I think that is really important, especially as like female role models, because I think that you, Laura, and I are in a role model position because we decided to start this podcast and be vulnerable with people. So it's like I hope people that are listening take with what we're saying as like something to actually listen to versus like all the chitter chatter on Instagram, like the seed cycling and making sure you do hot Pilates when you're menstruating and during
Right.
your ovulation, go kickboxing because you're more aggressive. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Put a little crystal around your hoo-ha during your time of the month, to kind of regulate your symptoms. I heard that works. I don't know.
Like,
It's
literally,
it's a shit show out here, man. But we're just gonna be honest and open over here. I think this podcast does help a lot of people.
yeah. I mean,
So
like the fact
I'm
that
glad
like
that we do.
what actually blows my mind is like when people tag us being like, I look forward to this every Tuesday when it gets released.
I love that.
Like that's so
You want to
cool.
listen to us? Bullshit.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
like, for us, it's like we're just shooting the shit, like, ranting and raving this week or just shooting the shit like we are now versus like
Yes.
doing actually educational, topics and stuff like that, providing value. But like people are like, oh yeah, like it's my cardio or I'm meal prepping and listening to the Gal Pals. And it's like, shit, like I have something to say that people want to listen to. And like that's fucking humbling as shit for me.
Yeah, I love it. And I don't know if I should say this, but so I'm going to the UK in May, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I'm also going to be flying over there in July. So I'll be in prep, but I'll be flying over there because my posing coach reached out to me
Okay, hold on,
to,
time out. Time out.
yes,
Revert. We have a confirmed you're in prep. You're going to be in prep.
I froze.
Yes. Yes.
No, that was a good freeze. That was good.
But we are like,
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be hitting the stage this year after the Olympia. So the goal is to qualify for the 2025 O. So we're gonna probably look at shows like because what is the Olympia early October? So
Mhm.
we could do anything second week of October onwards. If I don't qualify in like two shows this year, then I'll probably pull the brakes for the holidays and
Mhm.
then hit like early spring shows. So
Mhm.
that way we can take off for, enough time prior to that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean that makes me think that I'll be in prep in late July, for an October show for sure, for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be going over there to be posing with my coach, my posing coach, in person, and I'll actually be speaking in front of people.
She's like in front of real
Hate
people.
myself. No, I need to do it more often.
Mhm.
And I just need to get over that little fear. I don't even know why I'm really scared. But yeah, I've got my little topic picked out, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna start kind of going through that. So
Professor
yeah,
Meg, Dr. Meg.
it's me in the UK in the UK.
That's exciting. That's so exciting. I'm excited for you. Ah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, many good things. So one, you get to
Yeah.
do a lot of traveling. You get to pose with your posing coach, IRL, and you're
Mhm.
also going to be in prep, which I know we were kind of on the fence about, doing shows. So the fact that you're like, no, I'm going to prep this year.
Yeah. I think I was like earlier, this week,
Mhm.
I had a little meltdown on my close friends list and I had a little, oh, I can't do this. I'm throwing in the towel. But I think I was just being a hormonal twat. And, we pulled ourselves out of that and we're good because I think I can do this. I know I can. It's just, I think I'm getting scared. It's a new division. And that's actually something that I'm kind of talking about at this event is, the benefit of self-doubt because if I didn't, doubt myself, that means that what I'm longing for, what my goals are just not big enough.
Mhm.
If you don't have an ounce of doubt, I think that's scary. Like if you're just so confident in everything. That's how I was when I was going into like my pro debut.
Mhm.
I ended up getting 13th place and like my mental health just went to the shitter because I just put so much pressure on myself. But now I'm going into it with a totally different outlook. And I'm just like, listen, I put in the damn work. Here I am. And I'm gonna just enjoy the process.
Yeah. Sounds like you have a wise friend that told you that, like, if your goals aren't big and they don't scare you, that maybe you're not dreaming big enough. She sounds really smart. Should probably listen
Yeah.
to her.
It's probably some crackhead. I don't
Probably
know.
some skinny crackhead too. What a bitch. No, I think that's important. That's where I'm at because it's like
Yeah.
I mean, I'm scared about stepping on stage. Like
Mhm.
I haven't competed in 5 years for crying out loud. It's like not I'm not worried about the relevancy. It's more just like I'm so scared that like if I get on stage and the judges are like, you've made no progress. It's like, and I know that's not true, but it's like one of those things where you've worked so hard for so long at something that you're passionate about and care about, and you don't want to disappoint yourself. I don't want to disappoint my friends, my family that have loved me and supported me through this. I don't want to disappoint my followers or my friends on social media. So it is a lot of pressure, but at the same point, it's pressure that is a privilege, and it's good that we are scared, or else we would just be comfortable. We'd be in our swinging chairs, drinking our lemonades and our teas,
Mhm.
shooting up our drugs, and not having a care in the world. And that's just like, that might be fun for a time being, but we would be stuck. We would be stuck mentally, we'd be stuck physically. And I don't know about you, but I don't like being stuck. It's not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it is true. It's cliche or whatever. It's said a
Yeah.
lot, but you don't grow in your comfort zone. You do have to kind of get uncomfy to progress. And that's with anything. Um, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
excited for you.
I
I'm
am
so
too.
excited.
I am too. I'm
When
excited.
is, wait, do we know like the season months that we're shooting for here?
I sent Austin a list of shows that are local to me. The Carolina, NBC Carolina released like their
I thought you were throwing up gang size. I was like, what is? I was like, I didn't know there was.
yeah, there was like
Yeah.
a list of NPC shows in the Carolinas that I sent Austin. We'll probably end this growth phase probably the first week of May. I don't know if we'll need to do a holding phase since I'm on TRT. Like we'll probably just let the androgens cycle through
How it works.
and just enter into a prep. So if I had to guess, like I'll probably be in prep May or June. So maybe August, September. Like if we do a warm-up show, see if I nationally qualify, try to see if I can go for my pro card.
Ex-
Um, we'll try it, we'll see. And if not, like kind of like you, we'll do a, another growth phase, kind of like pump up the last thing, and then we'll try again next spring, the next
Yeah,
summer, spring, summer, whenever.
I love that. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. That's awesome. Yeah, I think originally I was very bummed because I was like, I want to compete in 2024. I want to qualify for the 2024 O. But it's like realistically, when I saw everything that has happened to me like in the past couple months, mentally I was just not
Yeah.
in the right place. And I probably could still do like the Tampa Pro, but like I mean, that really does have my heart kind of hurt because I did want to step on the stage
Mhm.
again because that is where I did my pro debut and I got 13th and I or 16th. I got no placing. I
Yeah.
got last. And I was like, I'm gonna come back as a bad bitch in wellness and like
Mhm.
sweep the class and all this shit. And it's like,
That's your ego, right? It's not a
yeah,
matter of could you, because could you, yes, it's a matter of should you.
yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So at first I was a little butthurt, but now I'm like, yeah, fuck that. 2025, oh baby.
Yeah.
Like we'll be there.
I think
Not
what would really help you as a competitor is rather than having revenge on Tampa Pro, look at another show where you have like a happier memory. Because Tampa Pro, like, even if you did get revenge and like absolutely dominate in wellness, it still doesn't replace the fact that you got 16th at your pro debut. Like, that will always be a part of you, but you can't erase that. And you shouldn't erase that because it
exactly.
made you
We were
into a
just
better
talking about
athlete.
this. Exactly. Exactly. And you know, at first I was very resentful of the sport. I was like, I'm hanging up the heels, fuck this shit. I'm gonna start running 5Ks. I got small and it was just a joke.
I can't imagine you running. It's like I just imagine like a big ass refrigerator, like just trying to run. And I'm
But I
like,
was tiny. I ran away a lot of my muscle when I was in like 2021, 2022.
that's crazy that you ran away a lot of your muscle, yet like you're 217 now. Like
I know.
I think the word decent genetics, I
Dude,
think
like,
that's putting it a little like
yeah, I'm just not meant to be a petite little lady. And that's
Mhm.
fine. I'm meant to be intimidating as fuck. And that's okay. I'm excited. I love it. I love being a bigger female. And I think, and people take that the wrong way because like I'm still very lean. So they're like, what are you talking? Like, you're not big. It's like I'm fucking 217. I'm stocked.
217, 5'7". Like you're more of a
Stocked.
man than Eric is. Like you train hard, you have more muscle than him, you smoke cigars, like you are like a badass bitch.
I'm trying to work on my like because I've been listening to a lot of like guy podcasters about relationships and shit too, which
Mhm.
I don't know why, but I have heard where the very masculine female doesn't get very far with like relationships. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, maybe I am a little too masculine, but I don't think so. I think I balance my feminine side and my masculine side quite well, but I do think it is quite intimidating
You
to
were much,
some
yeah.
male.
You
Ugh.
were more feminine than masculine. People get femininity and masculinity with just appearance, and that's not true.
Yeah,
Like femininity and masculinity is more within. Like if you
yeah,
look at Eric and I's relationship, we are, I don't want to say the definition, but we paint a pretty good picture of what it's like to be feminine and be masculine. I am
yeah,
very nurturing. I am very like motherly. I
yeah,
like to, I am very emotional as well. I'm very passionate. He is very stoic, very protective, very resourceful. So like you are not masculine to me, especially because I know you on the back end. I know your heart. I know how vulnerable you are, emotional, how you don't like to see others in pain. You are very, very feminine compared to masculine. But a dummy on the street that sees you walking, especially when we're walking Chip
yeah.
in the morning, they're gonna be like, "Damn, she's buff as fuck. She's like a dude," because they just see muscles and they equate masculinity with muscles, and that's not just the case.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think I am very nurturing too, but also this kind of goes back into saying like where our past has shaped us into where we are today. Because I don't think I have like a wall up on my heart or anything,
Oh
but
no, you were in fact you're too open, which is why you get hurt. And we do the same thing.
yeah, we love too hard, we care too much. And for a second, I did start to kind of turn into like this cold-hearted bitch. And I'm like, second, stop. That is not who you are.
Mhm.
Just because you had one bad apple or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
doesn't need to kind of make you put like that wall up, put that guard up, because I don't know why this turned into like a relationship thing, but like,
I'm here for it. Well, because that's the
yeah,
thing is we're shooting the shit, right? This
we're
is how
shooting
we
the shit,
talk.
man.
Like
Yeah.
we'll talk about titties and ass eating t-shirts, and then we talk about real things.
Yeah, I think, the right person will come, and you don't have to change the way you show up in this life or change your hobbies, because I'm very into my career right now. I'm very into bodybuilding right now. Like those are my top two things. If you don't work with me in a sense that's going to help me build in those areas, we're just not meant to be. And
Hmm.
that's okay. And I've learned to accept that and just kind of be who I am, and the right person will show face.
Hmm.
And yeah, it'll be sweet.
Yeah. The goal of any relationship is to, in my opinion, should always be to be a good life partner
Mhm.
because it's not give and take, it's give and receive. You give to the other person, they receive your love, your affection, your support, and they give it back to you. Like that's how you create long-lasting relationships, whether it's intimate with a life partner or whether it's friendships, right? Because like I'll ask you, how can I love on you today? And it's like, send me
Yeah.
memes. Like, okay, easy, right? Or maybe it's like, hey, can we actually have like a real honest conversation? Because it's really important to make sure that when you are loving someone, whether it's a lover or a friend, that
Mhm.
you are giving them the love that they need to feel loved. If not, it doesn't matter. And then you end up pouring from an empty cup, becoming
Mhm.
resentful. And then all of the good qualities that you had built in life partner for you now you're no longer a good life partner. So it's like you can't become jaded from having bad experiences because like you will eventually have a good one and you want to make sure you've built up the right habits to first respect yourself because you need you before anyone else. And then that
Mhm.
way once you are full emotionally in your own self, then you can give and receive someone else.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you said you can't pour from an empty cup.
Mhm.
I think that's what I was kind of dealing with. And it's like, if somebody truly wants to be a part of your life, a part of your growth, they're going to push you in ways that are going to help you level up and grow and succeed. They're
Mhm.
not going to try, I wouldn't say hold you back or anything, but they won't make you change your path
Mhm.
to get their vision. You
Yeah.
know, you're meant to be together, lover or friendship. You know, you may butt heads in some areas, but at the end of the day, you're always going to work together as a team
Yeah.
if it's meant to be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like shit, I remember when I was in Ohio and you were having a really hard time. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I can't tell you why I feel this way, but I was like, I feel like I can't go home to Charleston yet. I feel like I need to go to Tampa. She's like, and my mom is very religious. She's like, honey, that's the Holy Spirit. Go see your friend. And I was like, okay, thanks, Mom. And then like I did, I went and saw you because like I knew that you needed me, but I didn't know exactly what you needed from me yet. I just knew you needed me. And that was like why I think it's really important to make sure that you surround yourself with people that might not fully understand what exactly that you need from them, but they show up anyway. Like that's what it's like to have
Yeah.
like true love and true friendship. It's like people just showing up and you figure it out together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, like, I get fucking emotional when you fucking bring that up.
No,
So
don't do that.
sorry. Um,
No.
but
Oh.
seriously, guys, like, if you don't have an Ash in your life, like, she has been the biggest blessing. It's been insane. Like, the way she shows up for her athletes, her friends, like it's like unmatched. So I think I am being a hormonal twat this week, but I'm yeah, when you brought that up, like because she flew down here to Tampa to support me
Mhm,
with what I was going through,
mhm.
and it seriously saved me. So yeah,
Yeah, it's just it's one of those things where it's like when you say you love someone,
yeah.
it's yes, it's words, but it's followed through with actions,
Action.
right? And like every like this is my desk. I'm in my kitchen. This is a kitchen island, but I have like you know what? You have like a shit drawer where you keep like your car keys and shit. Well, I
Yeah,
have that, but it's like in like an old planter. But this right here is the card you gave me from Christmas. That's by my desk. And I read it like, at least once a week when I'm like being a bitch to myself. It's like, even if I'm being a twat to myself, I remind myself I'm a wife to Eric. I'm a friend to Meg. I'm a friend to Laura. Like I'm a coach to these athletes. And so it's like I'm someone to someone else. And that kind of, pulls my head out of my ass
yeah.
to make me a little bit nicer.
We have to realize that. And like Ash always tells me, like, be nice to my friend.
Mhm,
And that's where you have to like step back. It's like, oh shit. Like it's not just my life. Like I'm impacting other people. I need to show up for myself so I can show up for them.
mhm,
And I think that is, dude, so huge. Like being there for my family this past week, like I'm a granddaughter. Like I still am. I'm a daughter. Like you have to kind of step back and take your fucking goggles, whatever they are that are blocking your vision,
mhm,
take them off and be there for the people who love you and who you love.
mhm. Exactly. And you are very loved.
I am.
Got
Oh,
little cats on it too.
it's the cutest. I have my little muscle mommy sketch that you made me. My headless.
Your head, dude, I
I put
cannot
my
draw
headless.
faces. I cannot draw faces, dude. Like I've tried watching YouTubes on like how to do noses and eyes, and it looks like something out of a horror film. Like
Yeah,
it's just does not look good. But like muscles, I understand muscles. I get
they look good.
muscles.
You made me look real good.
Yeah.
But I think I just need to like take a picture of my face, kind of like the Clydesdale, how I just pasted it on Canva. I'll just hang it on the fridge.
Yes, yes. And
I'll
once
do
you have your wellness photos for check-ins when you
that.
are lean or even a nice stage shot, I will try to draw the wellness Meg the Stallion, but it will not you again will not have a face. So we'll have to stick a
That's
face.
okay. That's okay.
When I get my Meg pasties, we'll stick the pasties
Yes,
on it.
I need that to happen. I bet Etsy has something like that.
I mean, I'm sure you could do
Customizable pasty.
Amazon. I mean, it probably wouldn't be pasties, right? It probably would just be stickers because I actually do
Yeah,
want to like put it like on a water bottle too.
yeah, yeah. Just
So,
like
or you put them on like a pasty. You like sticker the pasty so that way like you have a sticker on a pasty.
yeah,
You don't want the stickers falling off. You know what I'm saying? Because you still want a pasty so that way it doesn't like
yeah,
pop off your nip.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Soon to be on the merch store, Meg's face pasties from the physique
Wear them at your next rave.
wear them at your rave, wear them at the gym.
Fucking people at
Um,
EDC just with Meg.
that's right. You're Dr. Meg Santa Barbara. Oh my God. Christ on a cracker.